face a certain kind of discouragement. So you need people that will remind you, have you gone to the gym today? People that will tell you, what are you doing for your business this week? People that will tell you, so how do you want to push what you are currently doing? People that will tell you, okay, so what's the plan? So what do you want to do? How do you want to go about it? You can't talk to small minds with your big visions. They will crumble it. So when you are selecting accountability partners or people who will hold you accountable, ensure that you are working with people who have done what you have done and have succeeded. People whose minds are not tinted with failure. Because there are people who are trying what you want to do, they failed. And somehow they got stuck. They did not move forward, but they move past it because their mind got stuck in failure. And so if you are going to succeed, you have to tell yourself that no matter who has failed on this road, I will go through it and I will do well. And I will succeed. And I will get the result that I'm looking for. So no matter what you're going through, have people that hold you accountable. And be sure that there are people who don't have small minds. People who will hold you to see that what you have written, what you have planned, comes to pass. So you need accountability. You can't do it alone. You need people who will ensure, who will hold you, will pray for you, will support you, will encourage you. People who will make sure you don't quit. That if you say, I will not do it again, they will say, no, wait, we will not agree. They will make sure the things you are set your heart to do, you are able to accomplish them.
I have about two more questions before we'll go basically. And the first one is, okay, I heard someone talk about digital detox. I don't know if you've heard that word before, but that was the first time I was hearing it. We live in a digital era. People are making so much money with this digital era thing. The AI, people online, they're making things. But how do we handle these constant distractions that are also online? You know, you can say, let me just check.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wiki threatens to sack top FCTA official over offensive roadside refugees. Benin City residents advocate gender-neutral breadwinner rules. Canada Unity Cup 2026 quarterfinals begin with exciting goals in Benin City.
We apologize for the issues at the beginning of that news, and we're here with more information and details to our stories. I'm Daisy Leo Asikidi. Thanks for joining us on the main news. Now, the Joint Health Sector Unions, JOHESU, has announced the suspension of its 84-day nationwide strike following agreements reached with the federal government. This is contained in a communique jointly signed by JOHESU National Chairman Kabiru Ado Minjiber and the National Secretary Martin Egbanubi in Abuja. The union said the decision followed resolutions reached at an emergency expanded National Executive Council meeting. It said the meeting was convened to review the outcome of a February 5th conciliation meeting with the federal government at the Ministry of Labour and Employment. According to the communique, key resolutions include the commencement of collective bargaining agreement negotiations and immediate prioritization of outstanding issues on the adjustment of the consolidated health salary structure. It added that the agreement provided for budgetary allocation for the salary adjustment in 2026 Appropriation Act based on the existing technical committee template. Some residents of Benin City have advocated that the role of the breadwinner should not be gender-specific, but rather determined by who is able to provide and support the family effectively. Jonah Moore has sampled their opinions and reports.
It is no longer news that Nigeria's economic situation remains challenging at present. The country is experiencing high inflation, with rates hovering over 15% as at November 2025, according to available statistics. Some key challenges, including rising prices that affect household welfare, as well as threats to agriculture, trade, and foreign investment that undermine economic activities, have continued to take a toll on families across the country. Against these economic realities, some respondents in Benin City, Glory Owogo, Bishop Atoy Iyobosa, Reverend Olu Aderebimbe, Helen Osaumese, and Barrister Gentleman Amego said leaving the role of the breadwinner for men alone is no longer feasible. They noted that families now require the support of both parents, stressing that responsibilities of the home should be based on capability rather than gender.
As Bible said, woman should be our helpmate. We as women, we have to support our husband in any little way we can.
To be honest, the burden of the family should not be left for the man alone. It should be shared between the husband and wife with good cooperation and understanding.
Such a woman too as well. It should not be 24 hours housewife. It should find something to do.
Everything about this country is so hard. So we shouldn't leave it for the men alone. We the women, we should try and be a part and parcel of it. We should be supportive.
Between on unity, love in the family. Two of them can come together, why not? Some people say, let me pay school fees, you will feed the house. Some say, no, let's have common account. Again, the overwhelming aspect of it is love.
The respondents also expressed the view that government at all levels should rise to the occasion by implementing strategic economic policies that will ease the hardship faced by the people. From Benin, Jonah Omowa, ITV News.
The All Progressives Congress has replaced Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma with ex-Katsina State Governor Aminu Bello Masari as chairman of the National Convention Central Coordination Committee ahead of the party's March 27 and 28, 2026 convention. Disclosing this in a statement on Friday, the National Secretary of the APC, Surajuddin Basir, said Uzodinma, who was earlier named to lead the committee, would now serve as treasurer. The ruling party also expanded the membership of the committee from 73 to 90 members, in a move aimed at accommodating more party stakeholders. Bashiru said the committee was reconstituted following further consultations with its leadership and national stakeholders. Under the new arrangement, former Senate President Aim Pius Aim was named Vice Chairman 1, while Kwara State Governor and Chairman of the Nigeria's Governors Forum, Abdurrahman Abdurazak, will serve as Vice Chairman 2. Yobe State Governor May Malambuni was retained as Secretary of the committee. Still talking politics, the African Alliance Party AAP has threatened to drag the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC to court over what it described as an unlawful refusal to register its platform, despite meeting all constitutional and statutory requirements. AAP is one of several political associations seeking registration ahead of the 2027 general elections amid increasing agitation for alternative political platforms outside Nigeria's dominant parties. INEC on Thursday approved the registration of 2 new political parties following what it described as a rigorous screening exercise. Reacting in a press statement, the party accused INEC of undermining Nigeria's democracy and applying double standard in the ongoing political party registration process ahead of the 2027 general elections. The statement, signed by AEP National Publicity Secretary Abubakar Sadiq, insisted that the party fully complied with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the Electoral Act, as well as INEC's regulations and guidelines for political parties 2022, but were nevertheless excluded from the final lists of registered parties. Sadiq argued that court orders relied on by INEC must be based on credible evidence of participation in the registration process, warning that one cannot build something on nothing. The party vowed to challenge what it described as abuse of legal process, INEC's bias, and policy somersault in court, insisting that due process and the rule of law must prevail. With the latest approvals, the number of registered political parties in Nigeria has risen to 20. And now we're going to break on the news. Please stay with us. A big thank you for staying tuned. The Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, has again reaffirmed that President Bola Tinubu is committed to ensuring that peace and tranquility is restored in Nuku and rural villages in Kayama local government area of Kwara State in the aftermath of Tuesday massacre in the communities by terrorists. As State House correspondent Harata reports, Senator Kashima gave the assurance on Saturday when he led a federal government delegation to commiserate with the people of Kayama local government and the governor of Kwara State, Malam Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, over the deadly terrorist attack that claimed over 100 lives.
After receiving briefings from Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, who was at the presidential villa Thursday, President Bola Tinubu sent his deputy, Vice President Kashim Shettima, to the state. This is a meeting with stakeholders from the affected communities in Ilorin, the state capital. Speaking, the Vice President assured the people of the devastated communities that while the President had ordered the deployment battalion of the Nigerian Army to Kayama, all hands were already on deck to rid the affected community and the entire state of insecurity.
Please accept our heartfelt condolences on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A battalion of the Nigerian Army has been deployed to Kayama, and all hands are on deck to ensure that peace and tranquility is restored back.
The Vice President disclosed that President Tinubu had instructed the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to mobilize all resources in partnership with the Kwara State Emergency Management Agency to provide succor and support to the distressed communities.
The President had instructed her to mobilize all resources in partnership with the State Emergency Management Agency to provide succor and support to our distressed communities. May Allah grant the souls of the deceased eternal rest and reward them with his Al-Jannah Firdaus.
Earlier, Chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum and Governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, extended the condolence and sympathy of the Northeast Governors to the people and government of Kwara State over the tragic massacre. Responding, the governor of the state, Abdulrazak, applauded the swift response of the federal government to the incident, saying, as confirmed by the local government chairman, troops are already on ground and the Operation Savannah Shield is in motion. The governor called for continued prayers for a better situation and better security in the country. On his part, the emir of Kayama, Alhaji Muazu Shehu Umar, lamented that residents of the community are in the deepest of grief. Iharo Atta, ITV News.
Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has warned officials responsible for the evacuation of refuse in the capital city, particularly satellite towns, to do their jobs, saying his administration will henceforth no longer tolerate any dereliction of duty. The minister gave the warning at the weekend during an inspection tour on road projects in the FCT. As Abigail Duremi reports, the minister vows to terminate the appointment of the coordinator of the Satellite Town Development Department if the roads refuse dumps from Karu through Kurudu to Kashi roads are not removed by early next week.
Despite the works being done on the Nyanya-Karishi Road, dumping of refuse at Karu Village, Kurudu, Orozo remains on the increase with no corresponding evacuation. These huge dumps have made life difficult for residents, causing gridlock and health hazards. The FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, has read out a riot act for the Satellite Town Development Department responsible for the evacuation, saying he will terminate the appointment of the executive coordinator if the refuse are not removed by next week.
You've taken it away from my mouth. I was about to let the coordinator of STD by Monday. If I see that refuse, I will not look back. I will terminate his appointment. The public here, it is unacceptable to us. If I see that refuse from Oroso down to Abu Karishi by Monday, Tuesday, your job will be terminated. Whatever you can do, government should look at the market. It's very embarrassing.
Wike said the ongoing construction of massive road networks in satellite towns is a directive from President Bola Tinubu.
Like we went to Kano, all the roads within Kano have been done. Very happy with the job we did. One very important road of our road is the Afrobeat road. That road was awarded in 2010. And of course, we know how we have been to that road more than 10 times. But because of the importance of that road, we couldn't wait to really long time. The excuses of the contractor. Now we have to send a permission from Mr. President, and we got that job terminated.
He added that the Apokarishi Road and Buari Kubwa Link Road, when completed, will boost economic activities in the FCT. From Abuja, Abigail Adiremi, ITV News.
Plateau State has confirmed an outbreak of Lassa fever affecting 7 local government areas, with 11 positive cases and 4 deaths recorded since December 2025. The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nicholas Baumlong, disclosed this during a press briefing on Saturday at the Ministry of Health in Jos, where he provided an update on the outbreak and the state's response efforts. He explained that 2 cases were initially confirmed, prompting extensive contact tracing. According to the Commissioner, the state has so far recorded 28 suspected cases, with 6 confirmed. The Commissioner noted that the outbreak has resulted in 4 deaths across major health facilities in the state, adding that one of the fatalities was a health worker. But Long noted that 109 contacts are currently under follow-up as health authorities intensify surveillance and response. Troops of the 4th Brigade, Nigerian Army, have arrested 13 suspected kidnappers and drug peddlers in Edo North Senatorial District during a clearance operation codenamed Operation Igbo Dan 1. The operation, carried out in collaboration with the Nigerian Air Force, Edo State Police Command, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and Edo State Security Corps, targeted suspected criminal hideouts in Osara Community, Isako West Local Government Area, as well as Auchi and Okwela communities. Crime correspondent Jola Deojo reports.
According to a statement by the Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, Captain Kennedy Anyawu, the joint operation conducted on 4th of February 2026 led to the arrest of 8 suspects. They include 25-year-old Jamilu Muhammad, 33-year-old Kasim Abu, 31-year-old Brahimo Afiz, 36-year-old Suleiman Amiso, 25-year-old Lawan Umaru, 24-year-old Bawa Awal, 40-year-old Musa Umaru, and 50-year-old Amodu Atai. Items recovered includes an English-made pump-action gun, a locally fabricated pistol, 4 live cartridges, cutlasses, a POS machine, a Nikon camera, mobile phones, codeine syrup, Indian hemp, whaling scales, other illicit substances, and the sum of 87,550 naira in cash. In a related forest clearance operation at Aviele, 5 additional suspects, namely 37-year-old Isiaka Abubakar, 25-year-old Muhammad Abubakar, 24-year-old Yusuf Abubakar, 20-year-old Mohammed Samu, and 30-year-old Isiaka Ibrahim were apprehended. Recovered items also include 2 motorcycles, 2 mobile phones, and a power bank. All suspects and recovered items have been handed over to the Edo State Police Command for further investigation and prosecution. Commander of the 4th Brigade, Brigadier General Ahmed Balogun, commended the effective collaboration among the security agencies and warned that Edo State will no longer be a safe haven for kidnappers, terrorists, or other criminal elements. He reaffirmed the brigade's commitment to protecting lives and property. Jola Dilju, ITV News.
Public outcry has continued to trail the exclusion of the mandatory electronically transmission of election results during the passage of the Electoral Act by the Senate. Guests in an audience participation program, Politics Today, say it is an aberration as that such act will encourage rigging during elections. Afoso Wangwe has details.
The Electoral Act was given its third reading a few days ago at the Senate with the exclusion of the mandatory transfer of results electronically, an action that has caused division among the legislators on one hand and an outcry from the public. Although the Senate President Godswill Akpabio clarified that it was not totally excluded, but many felt that leaving it the way it was in the form of an alternative for INEC without being backed by law is a nullity. A political analyst, Shedrack Odubai, said it will not make the country's electoral system progress. University Don Professor Tony Jawori said it is the inclusion of the mandatory transfer of results that will make the electronic transmission reasonable, otherwise it is still the old order. An ADC scribe, Christopher Ojekere, while expressing dissatisfaction, says if they truly want the Electoral Act to work, a joint session of the National Assembly should insert the mandatory clause before it is assented to.
If the man says what was there is what is still there, that means there's no hope for us, there's no improvement and there's no change.
We would have expected that the electoral transmission of results, it should be enshrined in the constitution, it should be a law, and that any election where results were not transmitted electronically should be rejected.
What is at issue is real time. And when he was reading it on the floor of the Senate, he omitted real time. That's what the journalist took out. To say, look, this man did not miss his words. These words were deliberately used so that it will remain in the hand of INEC.
Listeners on radio and viewers on television also contributed through phone calls.
Electronic transmission of results. If that right allowed to go through, all these things we are suffering in this country will stop.
Politics Today is an audience participation program aired at the same time on RTV and radio every Saturday from 10:30 to 11:30 in the morning. From Benin, Fosa Wangwe, RTV News.
Security operatives have successfully neutralized an improvised explosive device planted by suspected terrorists along the Danjiba-Kochim cargo axis in Safe local government area of Zamfara State. The operation was carried out by a combined force of the Police Explosive Ordnance Disposal Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Unit, the Anti-Kidnapping Unit, the Military EOD, with added security backup from the Zamfara State Police Command. In a statement issued on Saturday, the spokesman of the Police Command, Yerzid Abubakar, said the operation, which took place on Friday, was led by SP Abdulrazak Musa Hassan. He said the security team applied standard render-safe procedures to professionally and safely neutralize a pressure plate discovered at the location. The command spokesman stated that following a comprehensive sweep and technical assessment of the area, the axis was declared safe and free of any additional IED threats, thereby restoring safety for commuters and residents. Gunmen suspected to be headers have killed 13 people in a fresh attack on a community in Benue State. They stormed Awase Market in Mbako, one-day local government in Benue State, while taking several market women captive before setting the market ablaze. Ibi Andrew, an aide to the Kwande local government chairman, Vitalis Neji, said 13 people were killed. Ibi confirmed that the local government chairman, working with security agencies, have mobilized to the area to restore calm and forestall further attacks on the people. An eyewitness said the attackers invaded the community from a nearby mountain, firing sporadically, which caused panic before setting stores on fire and abducting women fleeing towards the mountain area. We'll go on a break on the main news. When we return, we'll bring you more stories. Stay with us.
the land of Owan is inhabited by the people with common ancestry, language, religion, economic and socio-political ties. However, irrespective of their subtitle differences in language and culture, they share common traditions. The people are known for their hospitality. Owan traced their origin to Benin Kingdom as a result for a man to find a comfortable place for living. The name Owan was derived from the largest and longest river in the area, which is known as Owan or Owan. It means one who makes merry in affluence. Owan is rich in culture and traditions. The people are a mixture of traditional worshippers, Muslims and Christians. Owan is located at the northern part of Edo State. It consists of two local government areas, that is Owan West and Owan East. It has a total number of 13 clans and 21 political wards, according to National Population Commission 2006 census. The population of Owan people is put together at 251,686. The people love tradition and culture. Historically, the people ancestors in deep quest to hand down on their future children a society of love and friendship, where the spirit of brotherliness is shared. They developed traditions, culture, and dance that electrified the environment, that encouraged love and joy.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
A big thank you for staying tuned. The Ogun State government has reaffirmed its commitment to collaborating with the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, development partners and other stakeholders to tackle the growing challenge of human trafficking in the state. The Director of Education Support Services in the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Oluwabisi Akinola Okerafo, stated this during the inauguration of the Anti-Trafficking and Violence Against Persons Vanguard Club at Muslim Secondary School Isolu Camp, Abeokuta. The school sensitization program against human trafficking is being implemented by NAPTIP in collaboration with the International Center for Migration Policy Development and is funded by the government of the Netherlands. Dr. Akinola Okerafo noted that human trafficking remains a serious concern in Ogun State due to its proximity to border areas, stressing that government is intensifying efforts to confront the menace. She explained that a collaboration with schools, NAPTIP, and International Center for Migration Policy Development is aimed at empowering learners and teachers with adequate knowledge to identify, prevent, and respond to trafficking cases. The education director revealed that cases have been identified where female students were lured with promises of accommodation or other incentives only to be sexually exploited. Kano State government has flagged off a smart transport solution designed to boost road safety, monitor public transport, and enhance overall security across the state. The launch partnership between the Ministry of Transport and AS&J Company was overseen by the Commissioner for Transport, Haruna Daideri, who described the system as a major technological innovation for Kano. Daideri explained that the technology will track commercial vehicles, including tricycles, taxis, buses, trailers, and tankers. He stressed that the system will eventually cover all vehicles, including private ones, but the initial focus is on commercial operators. The commissioner highlighted the role of the private sector under Kano's new transport policy. The Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, has sympathized with the Nigerian Union of Journalists NUJ Bauchi State Chapter and the Bauchi State government following a tragic road accident involving journalists on the Bauchi-Artillery Road. The accident occurred on Friday and involved journalists accompanying the NEDC delegation to the commissioning and handover of completed projects across Bauchi State. In a statement by the head of corporate services, Abba Musa, the NEDC said its governing board, management, and staff were heartbroken by the incident. The commission extended its condolences to the affected journalists, their families, and the entire journalism community. The statement disclosed that the NEDC governing board has approved the provision of full support and care to the victims of the accident and their families. It added that the commission has commenced contact with the parent organizations of the affected journalists as well as their families to ensure coordinated and effective assistance. The NEDC joined colleagues in the media industry in praying for the quick and complete recovery of those injured in the incident. And you're watching the main news on ITV. We'll go on a break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
Thank you for staying with us. On entertainment news, veteran Nigerian musician Innocent Dibia, popularly known as Tubaba, has described ongoing comparisons between Afrobeat stars Wizkid and late Afrobeat's pioneer Fela Kuti as ridiculous and disrespectful. The music icon said placing both artists side by side undermines Fela's legacy while also doing a disservice to Wizkid's achievements. The renewed debate followed recent public exchanges between Wizkid and Sheikh Kuti Fela's son, during which the singer reportedly claimed to be bigger than the Afrobeat legend in response to criticism. Tubaba stressed that both artists belong to entirely different eras and creative environments, arguing that their contributions to Nigerian music should be appreciated independently. According to him, comparing the two ignores the distinct context in which they created their work and the different roles they played in shaping music culture. In auto sports, the knockout stage of the third edition of the Condolences Cup 2026 kicked off in a dramatic fashion at the Lucky Grenadian Sports Center, Etete, GRA, Benin City, as the first set of quarterfinal matches delivered goals, intensity, and disciplinary actions in the military and paramilitary championship. Solomon Aina reports that opening quarterfinal encounters underlined the competitive nature of the tournament as teams fought for a place in the semi-finals.
The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps recorded a convincing 4-1 victory over the Nigerian Air Force in a fiercely contested encounter that produced the tournament's first set of red cards in the first half. In the second match of the day, the National Youth Service Corps NYSC continued their impressive run with a dominant 4-0 win against the Department of State Service DSS to book their place in the semi-final. The quarter-final matches attracted several dignitaries, including the cup donor and the former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nusakari Benedion, Vice Chancellor Benedion University Okada, Professor Lawrence Ezinoye, and the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, ITV and Radio, Lady Celerina Ojomo. After the game, coaches of the victorious team expressed satisfaction with the performances and the organization of the tournament, while promising even stronger display in the semi-final.
Our hopes are high, and like you know, we are not the noisy type. We do our things the easy way and we come out the easy way. We are prepared. Whatever obstacles we come across, we take them the way they come and we always excel. So the next match, we are equally prepared. And whatever is going to take us to win that match, we are going to do it.
Well, it's our first time of being in the tournament. Same time, we were supposed to set this tournament before today. Thank God for the organizers. I really appreciate them. It's a very good one. Actually bringing everybody together to become one in the States.
Organizers also commended the participating teams for their level of discipline and conduct so far in the quarterfinal stages.
So far, the two matches that have been played in the quarterfinal stage have been really competitive. Despite the scoreline, the four teams have really shown a great display of skills.
With two quarterfinal matches already decided, attention now turns to the remaining fixtures, which will see the Nigerian Army take on the Nigerian Immigration Service, while the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC face the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC. From Benin, Solomon Aino, ITV News.
A big thank you for watching the news today. I'm Daisy Lira Sikidi, and it's a wrap on the network. Good night.
ITV, certainly the best.
Big things, my people, as our time don't come again, oh, for this Valentine, we not go share flower, oh, now money we go share. As our time is back with the Valentine jackpot. On the 13th of February, we not just they talk about flowers and chocolate, we they talk about heavy alert for your Aza. On top Valentine's Day, una stand a chance to win a share of 2 million naira. 2 million naira on Aza time. Imagine the kind of levels where your Val date go get with that kind of steady cash. For you to enter the draw, simple. Dial *347*732#. Choose the number of tickets where you want buy. Make your payment and sharp you go get message say you don't enter the draw successfully. Listen well. All the tickets from Monday, February 3rd to February 13th go automatically enter the jackpot draw. The more you play, the higher your chances to win be. Play now, make you win your share of 2 million naira. Not for anyone under the age of 18. As a time, play now and show your person love. Big things,
Every story has a heartbeat. Love, betrayal,
sacrifice, action, stories that feel just like home. Independent television brings you the best of Nollywood from 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. From blockbusters to the next generations of